Hi children viewers, in previous video I explained and we learned about the working of simple microscope. In this video we are going to learn about the compound microscope. What's the difference between microscope and compound microscope? When we can use the microscope, when we can use the compound microscope. So in this video we are going to learn about those things. Children, up to now you didn't subscribe my channel, then you must subscribe channel and press the bell icon for the notifications. So to watch my classes, to enjoy the physics, to learn the physics, you must subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for latest notifications. Children, I am going to the topic now. Children, in simple microscope we derived the magnification of simple microscope is m is equals to 1 plus d by f. The magnifying power of the simple microscope is m is equals to 1 plus d by f. So here in case of simple microscope, the focal length of the lens is very small, even though we are seeing the objects very in large size. Here, even though we are using the microscope, but we are unable to see the point images or point objects. We are unable to see the point objects. Then that particular special cases we want to increase the magnifying power. When we have to observe the magnifying power of the microscope, that should be almost all less than or equal to 9. When the magnifying power should be increases, then only we are able to see the objects of which are in point size. So in this topic we will go for that. What is the structure of compound microscope, how many lenses are there, and how we are getting the image in case of compound microscope, and how we can derive the magnifying power of the compound microscope. Let us see. So here the compound microscope consists of two lenses. Children, the body is smaller size, that's why I am drawing first. Diagram is very large, then after that we go for derivation. Here now this is the optical axis. This is the first lens. This is the second lens, and this should be having lesser focal length and this should be having more focal length. Okay children, here we are keeping some object. From that object the rays are coming like this. They will form one image. Okay children, so here we have some, what is this compound microscope. So the schematic diagram of compound microscope diagram should be like this. Here, to increase the magnifying power we are using the compound microscope. By using that we can see the very small point objects also very in big size. So here now in so many areas we can use the microscopes, compound microscope, laboratories, and in hospitals for diagnostic purposes. At so many places we are using. And now here the minimum arrangement of compound microscope should be like this. Here in this diagram you may found two lenses. One is this one, that should be having smaller focal length, and that should be having larger focal length, and those should be separated by some distance, and they should be having one common axis. So in this case, the lens which is very near to the object, that should be called objective or object lens. So now here this is the objective lens, and from which side we are viewing the image, that means this is called here eye lens. There is some object is there, we want to see the object very clearly. For that purpose we have to view the object from this lens. That's why it is called eye lens. What is that? Eye lens. Clear, children? Here in compound microscope there are two lenses which are having some here. One should be having lesser focal length and one should be having higher focal length. And here these two lenses should be taken as the combination, and they should be placed on one common axis, and those should be separated by some distance. That is the first thing. And next thing is what? In those two lenses, which can be taken as object lens and which can be taken as eye lens. The lens which is very near to the object or object side, that should be taken as objective lens. And now from which lens we want to see the object, that should be taken as what is eye lens. Clear, children? So here this is the arrangement of the compound microscope. Now how it can works? Let us see. So in this diagram, clear, children? Look here. This is object. What I am saying? Now this OJ is object, and now this is the optical axis, optic center O dash. I am taking this one, and for second lens, the center of this one is what? O double dash. O dash is the optic center of object lens, and O double dash is the optic center of second one. So here OJ is what? Object. From that OJ, what you have to observe? Here one ray passes through parallel to principal axis, optic axis, and one should be passes through the optic center. Then they will form one image. That is, I am saying this is now I1Z1. What is that? I1Z1. Clear, children? OJ is object. For what? Object lens. That can forms the image of I1Z1. Clear? Here there should be at a distance of, now here I am saying F4, focal length. So look here, OJ is what? Object. That should be at the focus point of this one or beyond the focus. For example, here I am saying now this is a F. What's that? If you can take, this is the focus point, then after the focus point we have object. OJ is object of the object lens. From that two rays are coming, one is parallel to the optic axis and one should be passed through the optic center. Because of this diffraction they can form one I1Z1 is the image. Clear, children? So here OJ is object and I1Z1 is the image of the object lens. Clear, children? After that, here you have to notice that now just you can imagine only that should be there and it is not there, then what you have to say? Only this one. You have to say, just imagine in these two here, if it is not there, then what you have here now? I1Z1, where it is in front of this lens. Clear? In absence of object lens, here we have I1Z1. That means here this I1Z1 is the object for eye lens. I already told you in derivation of combined focal length of combination of lenses, how the image of the one lens should be acts as the object for another lens. In combination of lenses I explained that how the image of one object should be acts as object for another lens. So if you have any doubts regarding that, then go to that video and watch it again. Clear children? So here my aim is to simply say here I1 Z1 is the image of the object lens. Then if you can imagine, if it is not there, then here I1 Z1 should be nothing but object for I lens. Then I lens can forms the image IZ. What is that here? This is the final image. So here I1 Z1 is the object for I lens that can forms final image IZ. Clear children? So now you have to go to one previous topic. What's that? Microscope. I already told you, in case of microscope, the object and very small and image should be enlarged image. What is that? Enlarged image. In the same manner here we are having some, this is the object, and that's why we are getting some here very large and inverted image. Clear? Then what you have to say, this I lens can be accessed because the object and image both are forming on same side. Once you go to the working of simple microscope, the same topic will be there. If it is not there, that should be seems to like simple microscope. That's why children, once before coming to this topic, before you want to see compound microscope, just go to the working of simple microscope. Then obviously you may observe what's happening in the microscope. So then only you must be watch this video. Clear? So now here in this case, here I1 Z1 should be acts as the object for I lens, and that I lens can forms the final image. Children, this here the final image of the object is what is OZ. We have very small object, but we are getting the very big size. So that's why here by taking the combination of lenses, the magnifying power should be increases. So children, this is about simply the construction of compound microscope. Clear children? Very simple. Compound microscope consists of two lenses. They are having unequal focal lengths. Which is having less focal length, that should be taken as object lens, and that is towards the object. And the lens which is having more focal length, that should be taken as I lens. From that lens only we want to view the object. Clear? And next thing is what? Here the second thing is what? The object lens can forms the image. That should be here I1 Z1. That should be acts as the object for I lens. That's why here this I lens can forms the final image again. What it is? IZ. Clear children? So in this way the compound microscope will act. Clear children? So now we would like to derive magnifying power of the compound microscope. Got children? So once check the diagram very clearly, then we are going for now derivation of magnifying power. Watch carefully. So here magnifying power of compound microscope. For that again we have to draw the diagram. So same thing here, this is object lens, and that should be here I lens, and this is the focus, and now here it is object is there. Clear? and this is the optic axis center O dash, and this is the another optic center O double dash. Clear children? And after that here OJ is object. OJ is what? Object. And now here this is what? I1 G1, I1 G1, and there should be a distance of 2F now, 2FO, and this is now here, this is FO, focal length of object lens, FO this is, and this is 2FO. And now here what I am telling, this is the final image, that is what? IG. This is what? IG. Clear? So here this is the, what do you say, IG is the final image. So here obviously you go for like this. So we want to see the object from this side. So the nature of image is what? Inverted and enlarged image. Inverted and enlarged image, children. So here now we want to derive the expression for magnifying power. I already told you, in case of working of simple microscope, the magnifying power equation is what? M is equals to tan alpha by tan beta. Tan alpha by tan beta. So here what is tan alpha and what is beta? What is alpha here? The angle subtended by the final image at the optic center of eye lens. So this is what here? Objective lens, and this is what? Eye lens. Objective and that is eye lens. So here now alpha is this one. What is that? Alpha. The angle subtended by the image, the angle subtended by the final image at a what? Optic center, that is what? Alpha. And now here we are replacing, we have to keep the image, we have to keep the object at the position of image here. Now this is Ij dash. This is what? Ij dash. Clear? This Ij dash will make some angle here, that should be beta. Clear children? So I already told you, in case of simple microscope, how we can define the magnifying power. But there only we have two lenses, one lens, here we have two lenses. In this case the magnifying power should be defined as the angle subtended or the angle made by the final image at optic center is alpha, and the angle made by the object, when it should be placed at the position of image is beta. The ratio of these two is called here magnifying power. Clear children? The ratio of angle subtended by the final image at optic center to the angle made by the object lens at optic center of eye lens is called magnifying power. Here again I am telling, the angle subtended by the final image at the optic center of eye lens to the angle made by the object lens when it is placed at the position of image at center of the optics or center of the eye lens. That should be called here magnifying power. Simple. Here Alpha is angle made by the IZ at optic center of islands, and this what it is, OJ is object of object lens, and that should be placed at the location of IZ. Then I am treating that IJ dash here, that will make some angle here at the optic center of islands is what, beta. The ratio of these two what we call magnifying power. Okay children, so now here we are going for now tan alpha. For that I am taking the triangle now. Here we have one triangle, it is there, carefully, IGO double dash. This is what, IGO double dash, and now the angle is what, alpha, like this, IGO double dash, IGO double dash. Clear children? So from that we have to write tan alpha means what, you have to write IG by I double dash, IG by IO double dash. Clear children? That's why I am writing here tan alpha is equals to IG by IO double dash. Similarly here triangle is what, from triangle IGO double dash, what right, tan alpha is equals to IG by IO double dash. Clear? And after that we go for another triangle, what, IJ dash O double dash. That should be seems like this. This is what, IJ dash, and this is O double dash. Now what is what, this one, beta. That's why we are going the triangle now here, IJ dash O double dash, IJ O double dash. From the what, right, tan beta is equals what, right, Nana? So here tan beta means what, right, IJ dash by IO double dash, IJ dash by IO double dash. So now we have to substitute M is equals to tan alpha by tan beta. Tan alpha means what, M is equals to IG by IO double dash by IJ dash by IO double dash. These two are cancelled. Then what you get, M is equals to IG by IJ dash. M is equals to IG by IJ dash. So here for our convenience or for derivation, we are multiplying the numerator and denominator with I1 by G1 and IJ dash by I1 G1. Clear? Children, no need to confuse. Simply here we have for alpha triangle, what is triangle, we are taken triangle IGO double dash. From that tan alpha what you have write, IC by IO double dash. So that should be there. And next for beta we have to go for IJ dash O double dash. From the tan beta what write, tan beta means what, tan theta means what, opposite side by adjacent side. That's why I am writing IJ dash by IO double dash. So that is, and now here we are substituting the tan alpha value, tan beta value in this equation. M is equals to tan alpha by tan beta. From that what we get, M is equals to IC by IJ dash. Clear children? Now here after that we have to divide the numerator and denominator with the what, I1 Z1. Clear children? So then to derive the equation, then what you write, what you write, IZ by I1 G1 into what, right, I1 G1 by IJ dash, I1 G1 by IJ dash. Clear children? IZ by I1 G1 divided by IJ dash by I1 G1. Then what you get, IZ by I1 G1 into I1 G1 by IJ dash. So here IZ by I1 G1, Iz is what? Iz means what? This Iz is the size of the image of islands. And what is I1Z1? Size of the object of islands. Clear, children? Here Iz means image of the islands, size of the image of the islands, and I1Z1 is what? It's object. That's why that should be called here magnification of islands. That is what? That is ME. Clear? So here I am writing I1Z1 by Iz dash. I1Z1 by Iz dash. Here Iz dash is nothing but what? Iz dash is equals to what, right? From figure what, right? OJ is placed at this location. That's why Iz dash is equals to OJ. Then what, right? This is what? I'm writing like again. Just wait. Here M is equals to Iz by I1Z1 into I1Z1 by Iz dash. Instead of Iz dash, what you write? OJ. Clear? M is equals to Iz by I1Z1 into I1Z1 by OJ. Clear, children? Now here size of the image by size of the object, that is nothing but here magnification. That's why here Iz is what? Image of the islands. I1Z1 is what? Object of islands. That's why here this is called ME. M is equals to ME. What's that? ME. And here I1Z1. I1Z1 is the image of object lens and OJ is the object. Size of the image of object lens by size of the object of object lens. That's why it is right. MO. Here M is equals to ME into MO. Now this is the equation number 2. Take it, this is equation number 1. Clear, children? From that equation, what you have defined? The magnifying power of a compound microscope is nothing but product of magnifying power of eye lens and magnifying power of object lens. I already told you what's that? The eye lens can be accessed. The eye lens can be accessed simple microscope. That's why already we know that here ME is equals to 1 plus D by F. Already we proved for simple microscope. Clear? If you have any doubts, then go for that video and watch that one. ME is equals to 1 plus D by F. This is what? Microscope, nothing but it is what? Simple eye lens here. Eye lens, magnifying power of the eye lens is what? 1 plus D by F. Clear, children? Now we want to find out the MO. Already ME is there. We want to go for MO now. So here to measure MO means what? Magnifying power of object lens. For that we go for two triangles here now, OJ O dash and I1Z1 O dash. Clear? Here we are going for that. Here now what, right? I am taking the triangles here, OJ O dash and triangles I1Z1 O dash. These two are taken as similar triangles. Then in similar triangles we have to go for ratio of the same sides are must be equal. That's why I am writing here now here I1Z1 by OJ is equals to I1Z1 by OJ is equals to what? I1 O dash by O dash. Clear? To find out the magnifying power of object lens, here we have to take the two triangles. One is, this is what? OJ O dash, one triangle, and next one is I1 G1 O dash. I1 G1 O dash is another triangle, and these two triangles should be taken as the similar triangles. That's why we are going for that. Again, when we have similar triangles, the ratio of the same side should be equal. According to that, I am writing now here. First side is what? I1 G1 by OJ. I1 G1 by OJ is equals to, second side is I1 O dash by OO dash. I1 O dash by OO dash. Clear? That only I wrote there. Here after that, I already told you what's that. I1 G1 by OJ means what you have write? MO. Clear? I1 G1 by OJ is equals what? MO. That's why here I am writing now MO is equals to I1 O dash by OO dash. Clear? I1 O dash means what? I1 O dash or O dash I1 is what? Image distance of this one. Clear, children? The distance from optic center to the image, what we call image distance. That's why here I1 O dash is image distance, and OO dash or O dash O, that is what here? O dash O means what here? This is object distance. That's why what I write here? V by U. What I write? V by U. And now in this case, here we are taking the U value. This is the direction of incident rays. And we are going from O dash to O. That's why here U is negative. Then for V is here positive, because we are moving in the direction of incident ray. Then M0 is equals to what, right? Minus V by U. And now here we have to substitute that in equation number 2. M is equals to, already ME value is there. What's that? This one. ME into 1 plus, we know that what is that? Simple microscope formula is what? 1 plus D by F. That's why I am writing it directly here. ME means what? 1 plus D by F. D by F into V by U minus V by U. Here you have to mention that is V0 and U0, because they are belongs to object distance. Object to lens. Here V0, U0 are the image distance and object distance for object lens. That's why we are mentioning here V0 and U0. And if you can consider, this is only for object lens. If we can go for compound microscope, now this V0 also, here I1 G1. So what we take, this is now here minus. That's why if you can go for compound microscope, its value should be here. I am writing now V0 by U0 into 1 plus D by F. So you can consider only object lens, we can write minus. If you can go for compound microscope total, then what you get? V0 by U0 into 1 plus D by F. So children, this is the, what's that? This is the expression for now. Magnifying power of the compound microscope. Got, children? And here we have one more thing, it is there. What's that here? Now if the object here in this diagram, where is the object? Just in front of the focal length. That means more than the focal length we are there. If the object is at focus, then the image is formed very close to the here. Simply in this case, if you can imagine only this one, then what you have to say, when the object is placed at the focus, the image is formed to very close to the eye lens. Then now here we are writing now M is equals to here L. V0 is nothing but here L. That means what is here? L is the length of the microscope, and U0 is what? Focal length. Then we can write L plus D by F. This is the another case, children. Last point what you have to know, that is what we derived this equation was M is equals to V0 by U0 into 1 plus D by F. we have some special case is there. What's that? If the object is exactly at the focal length of object lens, then the image is very close to the eye lens. That means almost all that should be in the length of the microscope. That's why here the image distance must be taken as length of the microscope. Here length of the microscope means nothing but it is distance between two lenses. That's why here that should be taken as L by F naught into 1 plus D by F. So this is the children, this is about the compound microscope, finding the magnifying power and its working. See once again. Children, watch carefully, important topic. So here we have two lenses. Then it is near to the object, that's why it is called object lens, and this is near to our eye, that's why it is called eye lens. Its focal length is less, its focal length is more. Here OJ is the object of object lens and it can form the image I1Z1. Clear? I1Z1 is the image of object lens. That should be acts as, how it should be acts? It should be acts as image for, I1Z1 is acts as image for object lens, and that should be acts as object for eye lens. That should be forms the image, that is IG. This is IG is the image of eye lens. That is the working here. And now we want to find out the magnifying power. So for that first we are taking the triangle IGO double dash. IG can make some angle here alpha. That's why I am writing here tan alpha means what? IG by IO double dash. Clear? Next, here this object is placed at the location of IJ dash. Then this IJ dash will make some angle here beta. That's why tan beta what to write? IJ dash by IO double dash. Clear? After that, these two values should be substituted here. Magnifying formula M is equals to tan alpha by tan beta. I already told you what is magnifying power. Magnifying power means nothing but here what it is? The angle made by the final image at the optic center to the angle made by the object of object lens. When it is placed at the location of image, that will make some angle at the optic center. The ratio of these two is called here magnifying power. So we substituted of that what we are getting IC by IJ dash. We got IC by IJ dash. After that we have to divide the numerator with I1Z1. We are dividing the IC by I1Z1, IJ dash by I1Z1. Then what we get? IC by I1Z1 into I1Z1 by IJ we got. Here IJ dash is nothing but here what? IJ dash by I1Z1. Then what do you get? I1Z1 by IJ dash. Clear? What do you get here? IJ dash is nothing but here what? This object only placed at this location. That's why here I am writing now IJ dash is equals to OJ. Then general definition is what it is, that magnification means size of the image by size of the object. Magnifying, what do you have? M is equals to V by U. Formula M is equals to V by U. That means here magnifying power is size of the, or M is equals to HI by H naught is there. M is equals to minus V by U is there. From that we are writing size of the image by size of the object. So this IG is IC by I1Z1, IG by I1Z1. This I1Z1 is belongs to eye lens. Size of here IG is the image of the eye lens and I1Z1 is its object. That's why here what right? This is magnification of eye lens, that is ME. And I1Z1 OJ. I1Z1 is the object for object lens and OJ is object of object lens. That's what it is MO. That's why from equation 2 what you have to say, the magnifying power of the compound microscope is nothing but product of magnifying power of eye lens and magnifying power of object lens. So I already told you starting time I will told you already, this eye lens can be acts as microscope. That's why its magnifying power is nothing but magnifying power of microscope. That's why here what do you write? ME is equals to 1 plus D by F. What is that? D by F means what here is nothing but that is FE. For eyepiece what you write? This is FE. eye lens. That's why I write M is equals to 1 plus D by Fe. Clear children? So here 1 plus, in simple microscope 1 plus D by F, there is only one lens, but here we have two lenses. That's why this eye lens can be accessed as the microscope. That's why instead of F, what you have to write? Fe. Clear children? So here after that we want to derive the magnifying power of object lens. For that we are taking two triangles, similar triangles. That is, one is I1 Z1 O dash and OJ O dash. So from that what we get? I1 Z1 by OJ is equals to I1 O dash by O double dash. From that what we get? V0 by U0. Here V0 is the image distance of object lens and U0 is the object lens. According to sign convention, what we get? This is the minus. U0 is minus. So now we have to substitute these things. This is MO and this is ME. We have to substitute there. Then what we get? Magnifying power is 1 plus D by Fe into minus V0 by U0. So then we go for entire compound microscope. We will take that is also positive. Then V0 by U0 into 1 plus D by Fe. Clear children? And next thing is here, when the object is exactly at the focus, then we get the formula is L by F0 into 1 plus D by F0. Fe. This is E. L by FO is equals to elbow FO is equals to 1 plus D by Fe. Here L is nothing but length of the microscope that should be between the two lenses. And that means what? When the object is placed exactly at the focus, the image very close to the eye lens, that must be almost all in between the two lenses. That's why here the image distance is nothing but here length of the microscope. Then L by F0 is equals to 1 plus D by Fe. So this is the complete information about the compound microscope, children. I hope all of you understand. So here, if you want to visual very clearly this derivation, you must be watching zoom mode, children. I hope you understand the topic. So if you can understand this topic, like the topic, share the topic and comment on the topic. So for every latest updates, for every notification, you must subscribe channel. You must subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the notifications, children. Bye, take care. We will meet in the next video with next topic. Bye, see you later.